problem-free are injuries and potential career and playing ending situations waiting to happen, okay? And that is awkward wrist angles. If you're playing bass and your fretting hand is like this, or your plucking hand is like this, and then your forearm is resting on the edge of the bass here, this is a recipe for service ending injuries and pain. So this is the absolute one that, if you can, you want to drill out right now. Okay, this sort of stuff that can happen with this, it can cause inflammation within, the ligaments within your hand. It can cause inflammation, especially here with your tendons. It can cause excessive wear with the tendons and the joints. I speak to a lot of you guys, and some of you are dealing with, arthritis in the joints and stuff. This is going to aggravate it if you've got excessive tension when you're playing and you've got really awkward angles as you're playing. And the thing that it can trigger and potentially cause is carpal tunnel syndrome, which can develop and progress, and for many has led to the end of their playing lifetime and their playing service, which is what we want to avoid. We want to learn to play in a healthy way that can allow us to play for the next 40 years plus, if we're so lucky, so blessed to live that long. Okay, so corrections will be: 1, allow your elbow, wherever you're practicing or playing, however that is, whether you're sitting or standing, allow your elbow to move freely. If your elbow can move back, you can see, I'm just going to move my hand forward, I no longer have a tight angle on this wrist joint in my playing hand. If it's forward like this, I might have to use more of an angle, and there's going to be times where it's going to have to move. But if I allow that elbow to come back, that flattens out that joint a bit, and I don't have to have extreme angles. That's one thing to play around with, letting your elbow move, and even your thumb angle on the back of the neck. Let's see if I can. You want your thumb, I have to talk like this. You want your thumb to be able to move kind of freely and pivot on the neck, but also move up and down. Your thumb shouldn't be an anchor that does not move. That's going to cause you more problems with awkward angles when you're reaching for notes if you don't allow your thumb to move. Okay, and that big one that will potentially career end as well is heavily resting your forearm on the edge of the guitar like this. Now, many people do it for years and it's fine, and some people don't have problems, but what this will do potentially for you is build a lot of tension and inflammation right here on your tendons, which run right on the kind of like top side of your arm here. That's just going to cause inflammation, and once those tendons get inflamed, once they start going, that's recipe for disaster. So it's better to not get in this situation in the first place. How do we do this? Again, allow our elbows to have room to move, avoiding harsh angles in the wrist. So I'd avoid this and I would go for more this kind of setup. And again, this chair is not even the best chair for practicing. And again, look, you can see here, I've got a bit of an angle, but my forearm isn't resting heavily on the edge of the bass. And this has allowed me to kind of have less of an angle in my wrist. I've also got really long arms. I've got very long forearms. I don't know if that comes across on camera, but this angle I play here, just move my hand there, that's not a strong angle. Whereas I used to play a lot more like this because it was comfortable. It's a comfortable way to play. But the issue is you build up all that tension and inflammation and harsh joint here. And that's recipe for carpal tunnel. You do not want it. It can end your career. So, and if you've already got it, you may have to rest. It depends how bad it is and whether you can recover it. You may have to rest it a bit, potentially brace it. Definitely change up the technique. No more resting on that and straighten out that joint. But yeah, prevention is always better than cure. So it's not an easy thing to fix once you get it. If you got it in early stages, you can kind of correct and do the recovery on the arm, see a physio to get that better. Some people get steroid injections to reduce the inflammation, but that's not a cure. That will just reduce the inflammation temporarily. But if you keep doing the tasks, if you keep doing that, you're going to still have the same problem. Yeah, you're going to still be causing that inflammation. So that's the thing that we want to stop.